Alright, so what I just did just now, first off, dragging the title up here, right? So we're showing respect to ourselves, to our opponents, and to the art. But not in that order. If anything, the art goes first. Respect to the art. Then to yourself, then to others. Okay? Now, the next thing we did was a resting position. Right? Then we did what's called black tiger, steel heart. Right? It's a punch. Using a level fist technique. Right? So your fist is closed up like this. And it's held straight up. Level, it's called a level fist. And it combines with the dragon palm for dragon and tiger fist, but also black tiger steel's heart. We're going to use the bow and arrow stance, right? So, we start off in a resting stance, resting position. My legs are like this, knees are slightly bent. Alright, see how my body is positioned? Okay. From here, we're going to step forward, right? And also twist our body at the same time, because we want when we become aligned with the opponent again, we're going to have torque from that rotation. So we're going to step in and create the counter rotation, so that when we rotate, we have momentum. Because if we were to go straight into a punch, we wouldn't have that torque momentum. We would only have the forward momentum working in our favor, right? So, we're here, okay? We're going to step out into a side body. This is considered a side body. How do you get to a side body? You start from resting, right? Step out and bend your knee, okay? Or step out and bend your knee, either way. Alright? So that's exactly what's happening here. Okay? We're in a resting position. Okay? We're going to step out, boom, to a side body. And we're going to shift that side body, still while the fists are at the waist, into a bow and arrow stance. Now, for the bow and arrow stance, the front leg needs to be your bow, right? So it's going to be bent. Your body's going to be straight. Your back leg is going to be straight like an arrow. Okay? This is called the bow and arrow stance, or sometimes called the forward stance. Alright. So we need that stance. So we're in resting. We step into a side body, shift it to a bow and arrow stance. And as we're doing that, simultaneously, right, we're taking our fist, the back fist, the rear fist, and we're launching it at the opponent's chest, right? Black tiger steel's heart, so the aim is for the heart, right? So we're here, you shift, boom, and you punch it hard. And let me go over this so you can see me better, right? So we're here, right? Step to the side, right? But we're facing this way, right? So as you're facing your opponent, you're going to sidestep, because it's also, the side body is also a way to get away from an attack, right? So you're stepping into your opponent's attack potentially, right? Boom. Boom. You see? Granted, as you advance in the arts, you'll learn other techniques that you can utilize in that position, so you won't just be trying to dodge the person and punch them and you throw them down. There's techniques that we have. Speaking of which, we're stepping to the counter to this technique, black tiger steel's heart, which is single tiger emerges from cage. So we'll go back to resting, right? We're going to step back into a false leg, right? Now, a false leg is like this. What's happening is, alright, I'm going to step backwards. As I step backwards, right, I'm going to dip. I'm going to turn my foot sideways as well. So if you notice, my feet are facing in this direction, right? When I step back, my feet are now facing you. You see? I come here, and it goes at a 90-degree turn as it's coming backwards, right? And also, you're dipping, you're like dropping your weight onto this leg simultaneously, right? Boom, right? But then you have to return your hips forward. Step back, boom, return your hips, and also your front leg needs to have no weight on it, or let's say 25% or less. So you want to have at least 75% of the weight on your rear leg, right? So I'm here, boom. As you notice, my heel lifted up, and I want to toe down, right? Boom. Other side. Boom. Okay. Now, while this is happening, right? While we're stepping back into this false leg, we're going to also do what's called a tiger claw, right? So you want to imagine you have an orange in your hand, and you just picked up an orange, you're thirsty, you have nothing, you've never, you're extremely dehydrated, right? And so you have to squeeze this orange for the juice to survive. And you sort of squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. This is tiger claw, right? So I'm right here, and I want to, boom. You see? That fist is coming at me, I want to move it out the way. Move it out the way. It's going to come, the jab is coming. I see it coming, and I want to block at the wrist. Right? So I wait for the wrist, boom, step back, boom. You see? Coming. Boom. You see? Other side. Boom. Okay? Boom. Now it's going to be about shoulder height. That you land your arm, because you see the strike is that we're blocking against. It's towards the chest, right? But it's going to come towards your face. You can see it towards the chest. So when you block it, you're going to be blocking at chest level. You get what I'm saying? Let's look to the side so you can see that again. Slow motion tiger claw, down, and then circle. Right? So, it'll be boom, 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 and you go to the other side and do the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. You see?